Most media buyers think Meta's Andromeda update is completely ignoring their targeting. But the truth is, Andromeda works flawlessly, and it is deliberately hunting down your absolute worst, most toxic clients on purpose. If you are running an agency, or just simply scaling your business, and you are obsessively refreshing your ads manager every single morning and watching your conversions API blindly fire events for serial refounders, for bottom feeders, or just nightmare clients who complain about the retainer, you are feeding the machine algorithmic poison. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to bypass the ads manager entirely and use server-side exclusions to actively filter your data, forcing Meta's neural network to only hunt for high lifetime value whales. Now, if you ignore this shift and keep relying on the same standard browser pixel to track everything indiscriminately, you will permanently train your ad account to optimize for churn, burning through your ad budget until your profit margins completely evaporate. For context, I'm Peter Kisabolcs and I run Ads and Leads. And right off the bat, the immediate benefit of fixing your data pipeline is simple. You stop paying for your own headaches. Your actual budget funds revenue and not just vanity metrics. But to get there, you need to understand the hidden algorithm flaw destroying your current margins. Back in the day, and this is pre-Andromeda, you could just babysit campaigns with massive ad set exclusions. Now, manual outreach just punish you with skyrocketing CPMs. The real problem is your standard pixel just firing instantly on the thank you page. It tracks a lead and it gives Meta a dopamine hit, and the AI immediately hunts for 10,000 clones. So this means if your initial lead was just a bottom feeder or a toxic client, you are literally paying the world's smartest AI to find more of them. And to outsmart this, the solution is moving your logic off the browser and onto a server using Conversions API. Think of your current pixel like a lazy bouncer who lets anyone into a club. We need to upgrade to a ruthless VIP who checks the data and only opens the velvet rope to high net worth buyers. Now, the reality is you aren't suffering from ad fatigue. You are suffering from indiscriminate data. So stop treating every conversion equally and you will stop scaling your biggest problems. But to actually deploy this VIP host, you will need a very specific filtration architecture. This exact filtration architecture is what gives you the absolute control over whose Meta is going to target next. But how do you actually build this checkpoint and intercept the data before the algorithm gets its hands on it? Because right now your standard setup leaks data like a sieve. If an unqualified prospect fills out your form, your browser pixel instantly snitches to Meta. So, if you don't intercept this immediately, you will spend the next 3 weeks paying for ads shown to identical unqualified prospects who, let's be honest, will never buy. Now, to stop this leak, we have to deliberately delay the signal. Instead of letting the pixel fire on the confirmation page, you use Conversions API to route the lead directly into a CRM first. And here is where you score the lead. Based on strict criteria like company size, industry, or just email type. If they use a generic Yahoo email or have zero budget, you kill the signal entirely. Think of this process like a counterfeit money detector at a high-stakes casino. The dealer doesn't just throw every single bill they are handed straight into the vault. They scan it first, and if it's fake, it gets rejected immediately before it ever hits the official ledger. Ultimately, you are doing the same. You are amputating the bad traffic before it ever infects your pixel. Meta never sees the unqualified lead, so it never learns to look for them. And once you start exclusively feeding the algorithm this purely refined high-ticket data, something completely insane happens to your ad account. That insane shift I just mentioned is the total auction dominance. The immediate benefit of purely refined data is that your return on ad spend becomes entirely predictable. But what exactly happens inside Meta's black box when you suddenly cut off its junk food? Because if you keep letting the algorithm gorge on these cheap and low intent clicks, it simply averages out your results to an absolute mediocrity. You end up stuck fighting for scraps and burning your cash while you're helplessly waiting for the AI to finally figure it out. Instead, once your server-side filter kicks in, the AI suddenly stops receiving signals from these window shoppers or these chronic refounders. It looks at your account and sees a bizarre anomaly. According to the isolated data it's now getting, your business only acquires premium and frictionless buyers. Think of it like training a hunting dog. If you reward the dog every time it brings back an old shoe or a stick, your yard is going to be full of garbage. But if you only give it a treat when it brings back a rare truffle, it completely ignores the trash and becomes a specialized and hyper-focused truffle hunter. As a result, by only rewarding the algorithm for these high-value customers, it shifts its entire computational engine and weight to replicate the exact pattern. You stop playing the volume game and you finally master the margin game. Ultimately, you just manipulated a multi-billion-dollar AI into acting as your own private, highly targeted customer acquisition machine. This entire system, from upgrading your pixel to deploying this server-side VIP host and starving the algorithm of garbage, this is the only way you actually scale your paid advertising right now. Because you aren't just launching campaigns anymore, you are programming an AI. And picture logging into your ads manager and knowing with absolute certainty that every dollar of your ad spend is aggressively hunting down high-value buyers. No more wasted budget on window shoppers, and no more watching your profit on ad spend tank because the algorithm got confused. That's the exact reality we built for you. At Ads and Leads, we calculate the true break-even CPA, manage your daily ad spend, and deploy highly targeted campaigns to keep you completely immune to algorithmic volatility while your competitors bleed cash. So, if you are tired of burning budget on broken ad setups and want a professional team to manage and scale your paid advertising the right way, click the link in the description, book a call with my team and me, and we will audit your current ad account, review your data pipelines, and map out exactly how to deploy this system in your campaigns. And if I were in your shoes, I would act before I waste another dollar feeding Meta's machine the exact poison that is destroying your profit margins. Click the link below and let's buy back your margins.